And we are live in 5, 4. Getting ready, getting ready, getting ready. Let's see. All right, awesome. Candidly coach. There we go. Hey!
Hey everyone.
So excited. So excited. Have you seen Kevin Hart? That's what it makes me think of. Um, Give me 1 second. No, sir. Have a seat. Thank you. Oh, the joys of motherhood while you're doing this. Okay. And I need to share. Awesome. I like to do a watch party on my personal page as well as while I'm on here, because sometimes, like, the people from the personal page don't always see it on the regular page. That's the reason why
Right.
I like to put it on both. Okay. Hey, hey, hey. I'm so excited on this Blackout Tuesday. We have the phenomenal Sanaya Simone with us. Before we even go into sharing who she is and what we're going to talk about, I first want to underscore that we have not forgotten about what's going on. We are very clear with what's going on in the world right now, with the protests, not just for George Floyd, but for the multiple injustices that all of us Black Americans have dealt with for centuries. So I want to make sure that people know that we are not ignoring that. We are very well aware, and because we are aware of that, we want to make sure that we still speak to empower and enlighten not just my generation, but not just Sanaya's generation, but generations to come, because it's about building generational wealth. It's about educating and empowering all of us so we can continue to grow and build, not just for ourselves, not just for our families, but for our entire community. So, with that being said, I am excited to have our teampreneur, Sanaya Simone, with us. And today's topic is all about entrepreneurship and adolescence. So, I'm going to give Sanaya the opportunity to introduce herself to the world. Share with the people, Sanaya.
Hi everyone. I am Sanaya Simone. I am the CEO of Simone Stones, which is an online boutique which specializes in hand beaded bracelets. I am also the CEO of Iconic Legends Apparel Line. I'm also an author and your 2019 preteen Ultimate Beauty of America.
Whoop,
I
whoop,
also do
whoop!
acting, modeling, anything that you can think of. And I live in Houston, Texas, and I'm going to be a freshman next year.
Yes, all of this and going into her freshman year. How phenomenal is that? Listen,
Yeah.
I am so excited about it. I think it's so great to be able to hear from our younger generation of things that actually impact them. And this young star here, as you've heard, she's the CEO of multiple companies. She's also a model. She's also Miss Preteen from 2019. So she has done so much in her young life, and she has so much more to go. So she has a lot of information to share with us that I feel is going to be so invaluable to us all. So before we even go into anything, are there any products or anything that you would like to share with everyone? Do you have anything by
Um,
you?
I don't have them near me.
Okay, but let's tell them the website. I shared your
Okay.
personal website in the link, but you can share the others.
Okay, so my website, well, if you want to check out everything, I am on Instagram, which is Sanaya Simone. If you go SANIYASYMONE, and if you go into my bio, there is Simone Stones, which is my jewelry line Instagram page, and Simone Stones, which is my There's also my apparel line that is in my bio. So all of the links are in my bio. And my website is www.sanayasimone.com. And you can just find everything there.
Awesome. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. So you all saw that I shared her link in the comments, so you can be able to go there and view everything from her books, being able to go onto the other pages that she has for her jewelry line and her apparel line, and make sure that you support this young queen right here. Okay. Hello. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. I'm looking at the names that are popping up from YouTube and from Facebook. Okay. So first of all, Sanaya, share with the people, how did you become an entrepreneur? When did it all start?
Okay, so it started at a very early age. Honestly, at the very beginning of elementary school, I presented to my mom the idea of having a lemonade stand, and she didn't really take me seriously. Then I told her that I wanted to have a jewelry line, and then she really didn't believe me either, because when you're younger, you say you want to do things, the next week you want to do something else, and that was the case for me. But I was actually serious about this jewelry line, which I now have now. But my mom told me that millionaires have multiple streams of income, and that kind of changed my mind because I wanted to know how I could be a millionaire. Of course, this 4-year-old wants to be a millionaire.
Love it.
I'm thinking about some things that interest me, and of course, fashion came to my mind. If you know me, you know that I love fashion, anything artsy and craftsy. So I got into jewelry making. I started off with just giving it to friends, family members, teachers for birthdays, Christmas gifts. Because for your birthday or Christmas, you'd always get the kits as a young girl to make friendship bracelets and things like that. So I'd give them to my family and friends for free. But then I realized that I could be doing this and I could actually be making a profit. So that kind of changed my mind. And now I am the CEO of Simone Stones, which kind of was my first goal. And now I'm the CEO of Iconic Legends Apparel.
I love it. I love it. At 4 years old, y'all, he knew what she wanted to do. And she said, well, they like my stuff. I can make a profit from it, so why not sell it? I love that. I love that. That goes to show that, leadership is actually sometimes born into certain people. She's definitely one of them. Entrepreneurship definitely all through her veins. Let's give some shout outs. Hello, Kirsten. Thank you for joining us. Hello, Paula. Thank you for joining us. LaDonna, Alan, Miss Beverly, Greg, Kiera, Shatiria. Thank y'all all for joining us. We truly appreciate it. Okay, I just want to give a quick shout out. Okay, so now let's go into the next question. And, seeing that you started entrepreneurship very young, and now you're going into high school, why do you think entrepreneurship is important for teens?
Well, entrepreneurship first is important to me because, like I said, I wanted to become a millionaire. And I think what makes my story great is that I'm doing something that I enjoy. Fashion is something that I've always loved. So it's really important to me that when I grow up, that I don't have to work. If I want to work, I can, which I probably will end up working anyway. But just to know that I'm already set up for my future. But also, it's really important because everything that's going on now, we have these amazing platforms of social media, electronics, all of this. It's so easy to be an entrepreneur nowadays. So why not just start it at a young age? Why not make your own money? And of course, teenagers want to have cars and things like that. If you want a car, then you can get the satisfaction that you can pay for it. So I think that's why it's important to me.
Right. And I think about what you saying, that a lot of times, especially teens, if you just think about the things that you love, like what you're passionate about, you can turn that into a business. Just do it. Just turn it into something that's going to bring you profit, and more money in your pocket actually gives you the opportunity to pay for more things that you like. So I love that mindset. Awesome. So Sanaya, tell me, what are some of the characteristics you believe actually are things that you could see in an entrepreneur? What characteristics are needed?
So a lot of characteristics that I see in fellow entrepreneurs, definitely motivated, outgoing. thinking outside of the box, because there are millions of people who are entrepreneurs. What makes your business different? Very persuasive. How are you going to get people to come to your vendor table? Definitely passionate of what you're talking about. I think when you're trying to buy something from someone, you're really tied into their story more than the product, if the product is something that you can get at any day. So I think being passionate definitely brings that story and also a different view to people when they see your product, and understanding who you are may make them fall in love with you and your brand.
Yeah, let's pause right there. She said, understanding who you are. You know, so many times it's so easy to get sucked into the rabbit hole of social media. You see one person and doing it a specific way and you think you have to do it that way also. No. Know who you are and let yourself live through your brand. That's what's going to gain the buy-in of multiple people. So I love that you made that as a point, a characteristic that people actually need, that desire to be an entrepreneur. I love that you also said being open. You know, listen, you don't want to talk about what you love, it's going to be a little difficult for you to actually sell something to somebody. How did you get so comfortable with talking, by the way?
Honestly, I do not know. Sometimes before I go on stage, I do get the little butterflies, but often that doesn't happen to me. I think now that I'm becoming older, it happens to me a lot more. But I think I've honestly, since I've been born, been pretty fearless to talk about things. Even while I'm at home, I don't know.
Yeah.
Talking just comes naturally for me.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people have keys. Oh, think of them all as your friends, families, close your eyes. But that, I don't know, that really doesn't work for me. It just happened. I definitely practice speech
Yes.
and enhancing my vocabulary.
Enhancing her vocabulary. Did y'all hear that? Listen, enhance mean get to read the dictionary and learn new words. Just saying, it helps tremendously. I love that, Sanaya. Let's see. So let's think about your self-esteem, because to me, I feel like you are completely confident in knowing who you are, what you do, everything about you. So tell us, how does healthy self-esteem actually affect entrepreneurship?
Okay, healthy self-esteem for me definitely helps me. Well, I think it can help in any field, but especially entrepreneurship, because if you, well, self-esteem for one, you have to be loving yourself. Love yourself, but if you love yourself, then other people can love you. You can love yourself, and you cannot love yourself and expect
Other
other
people to
people
love you.
to love you.
Exactly.
So, yes, I totally forgot what I was about to say.
So you were
Okay.
talking about how it's so important to be confident, because once you love yourself, then other people love you
Yes.
too.
But
Yeah.
also, as an entrepreneur in the public eye, self-esteem is important, because you don't want to be blindsided or taken away by all the negativity that you can see with these amazing platforms that we have. You don't want the comments to get to your head. You should be
Yeah.
able to know yourself before you start really any endeavor, so that you can just be prepared for anything that may come.
Yeah, I think that that's a really great point also, because, you know, you can be so confident and you loving everything about you, but then you read one comment that's negative and it can easily shoot you if you're not confident enough to say, you know what,
Right.
I know that that's not who I am. Okay, you don't have to like it, but there are other people that do. You know, so I think that that's a really key point, and I do believe what you're saying about, you know, when you have a healthy self-esteem, it gives you that thick skin, right? Like, so no matter what
Yes.
comes your
Nothing can
way,
get to you.
nothing can get to you. You just keep pushing forward, because that's the biggest thing. You don't want to stop along your journey simply because of someone's negative thoughts
Right.
about you, a negative comment. And then majority of the times, those people who are speaking negatively, they not doing nothing. Just saying. So why are you allowing it to bother you, right?
Right.
So I think that those are really great points. Really great points. Has there been any sacrifices, because you are an adolescent, you know, has there been any sacrifices you've had to make in order to be successful as an entrepreneur, and what are they?
Definitely. Beginning everything, I would definitely say money, getting product. Originally, just seed money, starting your business can sometimes be difficult because you're putting in so much money, but you're not really sure if you're going to get it all back.
Mhm.
Also, free time. I definitely have self-care days, but there's only so much that I can do to turn my phone off. I can't really eliminate the emails that I still have to send, the work that has to be done. So sometimes free time can definitely be a sacrifice when it comes to being an entrepreneur, because you still have to get so much fit into your day for yourself, but also for your company.
Hmm. I think that that's really good right there because listen, I forget how many weeks ago because we've been doing this every week, right? But I remember one of the girls talking about the amount of time that teenagers spend on TikTok, which I love TikTok. I think it's a great platform. You know, you can definitely gain some positive things from there if you would like. But
Yes.
when you think about the amount of time you spend on TikTok and you talking about wanting to make money, imagine just taking half of that time from TikTok and pouring into your business. What will happen?
Right.
Sometimes, in order to be successful, sacrifices are necessary. So I love that you're talking about, you know, sometimes you have to give up that quote unquote free time, you know. And when we really think about it, what you gonna do with that time anyway? Might as well do
Right.
something that's positive, right? That's gonna help you in the long run. So I completely agree. I think that that's really great, really great. Let's see. My next question for you, Sanara, is Sanaya. Who's Sanara? Sanaya is what has been your greatest lesson in entrepreneurship that has also helped you navigate through adolescence?
I would say, well, maybe a lesson that I guess learned a little while back will be life is too short to do something that you don't love. I think that definitely speaks to a lot of people, but I think especially to entrepreneurs because you definitely can easily get attracted to doing something else, want to add something to your business, and then you're just changing your entire brand. So I would say
Mm,
stay focused and don't be confused by everything that's happening around you.
mm.
Definitely understand your why, but life is definitely too short to do something that you're not loving. I think a lot of my entrepreneur peers, I think it's important for all of us to stay engaged and understand why and when we started and our purpose and continuing to understand our purpose.
You better say that, Sanaya. Listen, did y'all get it? Look, they saying yes. That is really, really good. No, sir, I cannot do Baby Shark with you right now. I'm on live. Yes, let me tell you, that was so good and so powerful because it's so true. Like, it's so true. Tunnel vision is necessary sometimes. Turn off the like stop looking to the side of what everybody else is doing and saying it don't matter. In order for you to be successful, like you need to stay focused. I had this quote I used to say many years ago. It was on my very first YouTube, y'all. I said, focus on what your purpose is and be determined to fulfill it. And while you were talking, that's what I thought about. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, 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 Queen. That was good. Let's make sure I'm not missing any questions or comments. Yes, Naya, that's from Nene Adams. Thank you. Well said. Diva24 saying, well said. Alina is saying, yes, ma'am. They're agreeing with everything that you're saying, lady. That's really, really, really good. Be sure, you guys, if you have any questions for Sanaya, make sure you put them inside the comment section. Okay. Now, let's go on to what is your why? Because you talked about making sure that you know your why. So why don't you share with us what's your why behind all that you do?
Well, honestly, I think my purpose is to inspire, be an example for not only the kids under me, but everybody that's older than me. I think my purpose is just to put out positivity in everything that I do because I see that it brings a lot of people joy, even older people. So I honestly think that I was made to be an inspiration. I know in different ways that can sound cocky, but that's really how I mean it. I think with anything I do, I'm just meant to do it with positivity, love, and creativity.
Yes. You know, I don't think that that's cocky at all. Because when you think about the positivity that's coming from that. Being an inspiration and a light to other people, let me just tell y'all, if y'all didn't know, that was Jesus' whole purpose. So for you to have that idea of wanting to be able to do that through what it is you're doing, your gifts, I feel like it's amazing. I think that that's spot on and perfectly stated. I love that. Truly, truly, truly. Let's see. Someone says, Kirsten says, Sanaya, how much money do at least make while you're doing this? I think we're missing something. How much money do you at least make while you're doing this? I'm thinking that's what she means. Yes.
Okay, well, it kind of varies. For my jewelry line, I sell my bracelets for $5 to $15. So I do customized bracelets, so that's a little bit higher on the price range.
Right.
So it really depends on the day. I do sell everything online, but also I go to expos where I sell. So it really just depends, especially the audience. My audience is pretty much geared towards women, teens. I do have some kid bracelets as well, but I think my audience is really teenagers and women. So it really depends on the audience that's there. If everybody's in a mood to online shop, it really depends.
Yeah, it just varies. And I think also being able to state, listen, I've seen her in action, y'all. I will never forget when they set up tables. I do a retreat each year, which this year, of course, due to COVID, we're not having it. It's okay. It'll be bigger and stronger next year. But last year, when we took the girls to Jordan Ranch, and we gave the opportunity
so much fun
for all teenpreneurs. I know, I loved it too. We gave the opportunity for all teenpreneurs to set up tables and sell their stuff. Listen, them girls were on it, number one, and the other girls came to shop. So, so they definitely did great just from what I saw at the retreat. And I've been in multiple places where Sanaya has had a booth set up and was able to sell things, and people are buying it. It just depends on where you are. So I completely understand that answer. Perfectly stated. Hey, listen, okay, so Shatiria says, being cocky isn't negative. Never apologize for being cocky. You are a boss. Okay. And this is coming from a bake boss. She's a baker. So I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. Let's see. So before I go into what I like to do is like kind of get like your quote that you stand on, your scripture that you stand on. But before going into that, while anyone else has anything to say, oh, Kiara says she loves your bracelets. Thank you, Kiara. She says thank you. Like they can't hear you. I'm talking about she say thank you. But yes. I love her bracelets too. They were phenomenal. But before I go into that, are there any questions that you have, Sanaya, for me?
Actually, I do.
Of course.
I wanted to know why you started this new endeavor. I know we all have to be virtual right now, but I just wanted to know what inspired you, what pushed you, and what do you think your overall why is of being Coach K?
You see, she ain't let me prepare. No, I'm just kidding. So why did I start this platform in particular, this Teen Talk Tuesday? Number one, because everything is virtual. You know, since COVID, like I already get loads of text messages from my girls from whether they're in Port Arthur, from Houston, Georgia, wherever they are, I get text messages. But since COVID, I have had an influx, of girls missing the connectivity, the opportunity to connect with one another and to still learn. Lots of them look forward to our retreat that we do every summer. And knowing that we're not able to have one, they were seriously like, Coach K, what are we going to do? Like, we can't not be able to interact with the other girls or see what the other girls are doing or what's going on in their lives right now. And, truly I started it because God told me to. I wanted to be able to build a platform for you all because, first of all, I know this may sound corny, but listen, the children are our future. And if we don't invest in them, we're not investing in our future. So it's important for me to create a space that's safe, that's also educational and empowering all in one. And I want to do it in a place that is easily accessible because we cannot meet physically. We can still meet virtually. So that's the reason why I started this Teen Talk Tuesday. And my ultimate goal, is to see this continue to grow where it's like, listen, I already have people all the way up through July, right? But I want this to be ongoing. And my goal is to build an app that's available for teens, a platform where they can come and communicate, get different learning videos, but also have the opportunity to connect with one another and always see something that's going to educate and empower them along the way. So that's my ultimate goal. My why behind why I do what I do is because this is what God has charged me with. He has charged me with empowering and igniting our future female generation because I needed this when I was a teen. And I think about, I do feel like I'm doing well now. But what if I had this type of platform as a teenager? Where would my life be now? Kind of thing. So my why is simply because God told me to. And I'm all about being open to doing whatever it is, wherever I go with what it is that he's told me to do. So that was a really great question, Sanaya. I love it. I love it. I love it. Let's make sure we haven't missed any other comments anywhere. Anyone else have any comments or questions? See lots of hearts. They love it. So that's really great. Okay. So as we see if anyone else has any questions or comments that they would like to make. He just want to make himself heard, y'all. What would you like to share with the people? Like, what's your quote or your scripture that you stand on that has helped you as you've navigated through entrepreneurship as well as adolescence?
Okay, so I guess some quotes that I stand by. It would be everything was once seen as impossible, only because I always have so many ideas in my head, so many different new ventures, that everything, it just really motivates me. Everything was once seen as impossible, but it also goes along with you can do anything you put your mind to, with Christ, as long as you're with Christ. And that's something that my mom always said to me when she dropped me off at school in the morning. And it's just something that always sticks by me, motivates me during hard times, and just keeps me going, prepared, encouraged.
Yes, I love it. I have chills. It's so amazing. Let me tell y'all, when they get it at this age, look, I'm becoming emotional, but when they get it at this age, when they understand that anything, they can do anything as long as they're doing it with Christ, sky's the limit. There are no limits. You get what I'm saying? So I am overwhelmed with joy to hear that. I appreciate you sharing that information. I saw some comments pop up. Let me make sure I'm not missing anyone. Great job. We would love for you to come speak to our youth. Oh, yes. Hey, Beaumont, Texas Youth Council. Absolutely. So my website is iamcoachk.com. I'll share that in the message for you. Oh, and they shared their email, and I'll email you today. No problem. So yes. Kirsten sends hearts. Most people are sending hearts, so they're completely agreeing with the things that you said. They said, "What a blessing." She just encouraged my soul. That's what Paula Dean said. So that's phenomenal. And I trust me. Listen, when you say your goal is to not just inspire those that are younger than you, but anyone, meaning those that are older from whatever generation, you are definitely living in that truth. You are definitely living in that truth. So I am so blessed just to have the opportunity to spend this time with you. Before we wrap up, let's share all of your websites once again to make sure no one misses it, because we have Simone Stones, we have your books, we have, just make sure we have your apparel line. Make sure everyone gets everything.
Okay, so my website that has everything under it, www.sanayasimone.com. It has everything that I've been doing. If you just want to catch up with me, that is where you would go. My apparel line website is Iconic Legends Apparel. .com, and then SimoneStones.com. And you can also find all of that in my bio for
On
Instagram, which
Instagram,
is just
right? I'm
Sanaya
sharing your
Simone.
Instagram. Yes,
Yes.
Instagram, Sanaya Simone at Sanaya Simone. Awesome. Okay, so I shared that. I'm making sure I'm sharing everything on here so everyone has the opportunity to just click on it from our sites. Okay, awesome. Let's make sure I didn't miss anything on any of these. I don't think I did. Well, listen, this has been a fabulous 30 minutes. I completely appreciate it. So before we leave, just wrap up with kind of giving like your key points so they can know. Remember this always. What's your key point?
Okay. Remember to stay inspired, encouraged, passionate. Always use your voice, especially during times like this. Everything was once seen as impossible, and you can do anything you put your mind to with Christ.
Yes! I know I'm animated. That's why my child is animated. Okay? Love me how I am. But yes, 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 yes. Sanaya, that was phenomenal. Thank you so much for what you do. Thank you so much for being such a great light in your generation. Thank you so much for being a light in the generations to come and the ones that are above you. You are phenomenal, lady. Phenomenal.
Thank you.
And there's much more in store for you. So here's to greatness. Have an amazing day. Thank you
You
all for
too.
watching. We truly appreciate you all.
Thank you, everyone, for joining. Thank you for having me.
Yes, you're welcome. Go follow this girl. Make sure you follow her on Instagram and you'll be able to hit all of her links and support her businesses. Buy some of her product today, especially on our Blackout Tuesday. Okay, you all? Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, my stars. This was good.